I checked and I seen that lady left me $100 tip. She was in my room all of 15 minutes, if even it was 15 minutes, because she didn't even get. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. I'm Shanika. If you guys are new here, thank you for stopping by. Today we are going to be doing a chit chat. Get ready with me about that time somebody tipped me $100 for a 15-minute service. If you are interested in learning more about the tea and getting into the chit chat, go ahead and stay along. Also, if you want to know how I got this look, I think this is a cute little holiday fall look, right? If you guys want to know how I got that, go ahead and stay tuned. All the details will be in the video. So let's get into this story time of how my client tipped me $100 in the course of 15 minutes. Now, if you guys are not new here, then you guys know that I am a full-time body waxer, and I have been so for the past 8 years, and I do work for a wax company. I'll let you guess. Yeah, so I work for a wax brand, and I see clients once every 15 minutes. Before we get into it though, let's talk about some of the products that I'm going to be using today. So I'm gonna be just doing a basic, kind of like my basic everyday elevated look. So it's basic, it's everyday, but it's a little more than just concealer. So I'm gonna start out with my Makeup by Mario foundation, which I need to get more of. I really like this foundation, y'all, because this foundation goes on almost like a tinted moisturizer, but it's enough coverage to be a foundation. So we're going to be using this, y'all. One of my absolute favorite brands is e.l.f. I love their primer. This is their illuminating primer. It just gives your face a nice glow. I'm going to be using my e.l.f. color corrector under my eyes. As you guys can see, it's giving real dark. I hate that. e.l.f. concealer. This is in the color Deep Cinnamon. Anastasia Beverly Hills mascara. Y'all, if y'all watch my Ipsy Glam haul, then y'all would know I got this mascara in my Ipsy Glam bag for $14. This mascara is originally priced, I think, at like $26 or something like that, but in my Glam bag I paid $14 a month, and they sent me a full-size mascara. We will be topping it off with some Morphe, and oh yeah, I'm going to be setting with the Fit Me pressed powder. Love her. And I like to do a little eyeshadow look, and we are going to be doing Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palette. And y'all, she's already so dug into, but these are the colors. All right, so let's go. First, I'm just going to go in with some primer. Now, I'm not going to be giving y'all step by step of what I'm doing with the makeup, because y'all know I got to give y'all this story time. But I just want to give a rundown of what I was doing, and now let's talk about this amazing opportunity that I got. So okay, you guys, so a little backstory on this client. She came to me last month, and this was not her first time ever being waxed. She had told me that she's been waxed before, and she actually had been waxing for years, but she absolutely hated it. She was terrified, and this was her first time coming back in like a year or two. Also confided in me that she's never finished a Brazilian ever. So this day she was getting a Brazilian at Under Armour, and she was like, listen girl, I've never been able to finish this, so if we don't finish this, it's fine. So immediately I was like, no. I was like, no, we're going to finish it, well, not no, we're going to finish it, because if she was to the point where she just couldn't take it anymore, of course I would stop. But I was like, no girl, don't have that kind of attitude. You in good hands. I'm gonna make sure I take care of you. So she was already kind of comfortable with that, because I had said, I was going to take care of you, and kind of like not brushing off her feelings. Like, she was terrified. So in the room we started, and like I said, I could already tell that she was a little nervous. And when clients are nervous, they tend to sweat a whole lot. And so also, y'all, I forgot to tell y'all, I really love this. I did purchase this from EWC. This is their brow powder. Y'all can see we hitting pan, so I need to buy another one, but this is my absolute favorite brow product. So That's where I'm gonna go in and fill my brows in with a little bit. If y'all already seen on my other video, these are tinted, but again, like I told y'all, I like them to be a little bit more intense, so I am gonna fill them in. But so we start the wax, y'all, and this lady was like sweating. She was terrified, but of course I worked my magic and I did it. But she was not, like she said, she was not able to finish the entire thing. Like, she signed up to get a Brazilian, but she ended up getting like just like a bikini full, just the front, and she didn't want it perfect. So I was talking her through the process, making sure that she was comfortable, of course already knowing that this was a very terrifying situation for her, but just kind of trying to calm her down the best I could, y'all. Now listen, that's a lot of work. Now I am used to my clients waxing once every 4 weeks. For the most part, I have a book that, you know, my clients come once every 4 weeks, so nobody's really like to the point where they're terrified anymore. Only time I really experience that is when I have a first timer, and I really don't get as many first timers as I did when I first started waxing, because you know the whole objective of being a wax specialist is to fill your book up with repeat request clients, right? So I don't really run into the type of situations where I have to do a whole lot of, like, I kind of call it therapy, y'all, because you do have to calm your client down when they are like that. As much as some people feel like it's not their job to calm them down, like it really is. Like, it's just our job to make the person feel as comfortable as they possibly can. So again, I already knew that I wasn't going to try to perfect her Brazilian, because she already told me that she had a fear of getting waxes anyway. So we get it done. We do her underarms, we do her Brazilian, and like I said, y'all, there was definitely still hair there, but she was okay with that. She was done with it, right? So after it was over, I didn't just, you know, say, okay, you're done. You know, I still coached her through it, and I said, listen, you know what? This was really hard for you because you haven't been in a long time. You had just been shaving. So you pretty much started from scratch today, right? I was like, come back in 4 weeks. It'll be a lot less hair. The hair will be a lot less thick. It'll be a lot more thin. And I'm not going to guarantee you that it's going to be painful, but I will tell you that it's going to be a lot easier than it was today. But don't beat yourself up. I mean, you made it through. You got, you know, 80% of it done. And, you know, it's enough for you to feel clean until you come back. So she really appreciated that. And a little tip that I would say is, if you ever experience somebody who is like that, don't let them leave. Don't let them leave feeling like they're never going to come back. Like, even if it was a bad experience for them, or if they felt like it was so painful, you always want to try to convince your client that, you know, yes, this was horrible. This felt really bad. It was a tough time, but I can guarantee you, if you come back to me in 4 weeks, it's going to be a lot easier. So right there, you tell her that. She kind of feels a little accomplished because she knows that she has to come back. You let her know that you need to make sure that you're exfoliating. You need to make sure that you're using your serum, your products. And again, she didn't have these things. So that right there, that was a sell, you know. So I was able to get her to buy more products, tell her to use them, come back in 4 weeks. When she comes back in 4 weeks, it should be a lot easier, right? So very happy with the service. She's like, I'm so happy, even though we didn't, to me, technically complete it. She went up to the front, and y'all, she tipped me $50, you know. And I was like, oh wow, you know, I really wasn't expecting her to tip me that much. But like I told you, if you guys watch any of my other content, I do have people who tip me $50. You know, that's not like that wasn't a shocker to me. She had tipped me $50 within that 15 minutes. But it has happened to me before. I'm always so appreciative of anything, even if I get a $5 tip. So I was very happy with it, and I wasn't expecting it. And honestly, y'all, I don't know if I was like totally expecting her to come back the next month. But I was hoping that she would, because again, like I said, I like to kind of like take people on a journey, and I love to be somebody's like first wax experience and kind of keep them for years and years to come. That's something that I actually enjoy. I like having somebody start with me and kind of finish and continue with me. So fast forward to this month. This happened, I think this happened last Friday. I seen her again. And she was like, hey, you did such a great time. When she first walked in, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like I kind of didn't really recognize her, but you know, I still gave her the same greeting I give everybody, because I see so many people And although I had just waxed her a month ago, I've seen so many people since then, so I didn't really recognize her. But when she walked in the suite, she was like, oh my gosh, like, you did such an amazing job last time. You were so nice. You were so understanding. She was like, so I came back. And I was like, oh, you did come back. And then when she said that, I remembered her. I was like, oh yeah, oh, I'm so glad you came back. You know, like I said, I reminded her, like, you know, I'm gonna do my best to, you know, make sure that it's a little better than last time, but I can't promise perfection, you know what I mean? And she was like, no, yeah, no, I get it. She was like, I was so happy with my results. Now, mind y'all, like I said, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't like every hair was up, but she was happy that she was able to get like 85% of it done. And, you know, she was happy with my service and, you know, all these other components, which is what I speak on a lot about when I talk about waxing. A lot of waxers think like it's just about getting up every single hair. That's not the secret. The secret is not getting up every single hair. The secret is giving out an amazing experience. So although I didn't get up every single hair, she was still very happy enough to tip me $50 because she liked the way that I made her feel. So people will forget what you did, you know, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So when she came back, of course, she was looking for that same exact experience. So of course, I like to deliver that. So I was like, okay, you know, we did it. She laid down. She told me, she's like, you know, this time I don't even want to try the butt. Like, she was like, I know I don't want to do the butt. I just want to do the front and the underarms. And I was like, okay, cool. Now, of course, because she had, you know, got her products last time, she had been exfoliating, she had been using her serum and stuff like that. So her skin actually looked really good, y'all. Like, it was not a lot of hair, it was thinner. So I already knew when I seen how much hair she had and I seen the condition that her skin was in, I was like, oh, this is going to be so much easier than the last time, right? She was like, okay, I trust you. So we get through it. A time it took a lot less strips. Like, it didn't take as many strips as it did the first time, so it was a lot faster. But, you know, she didn't like pain at all, so she was still like, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, you know. And I was like, okay, you know, because I know now, I know her. She doesn't want it perfect. She really just wants it cleaned up. Like, she doesn't care if there's a few strands left behind, you know what I mean? She just doesn't want to have to keep sitting there going through strip after strip. So we did it. And there was like a few hairs left, but y'all, it wasn't nowhere near compared to the first time, because we always educate our guests and tell them it's going to take about 3 to 4 waxes before you see perfection anyway. To be educating them on, you know, the importance of continuously waxing. So that's also a really good tip that, you know, I would give to anybody who's just starting out waxing. Definitely tell your guests to keep coming. Like, you know, you don't tell them that you don't want them to be under the impression that they can wax once, go home, shave near, come back, and they're going to have you know, the same type of results that they, you know, have when they have been coming consistently. So you want to explain to them that waxing is not just a one-time thing. It's a consistent thing. It's a monthly thing. That's how you get your money. That's how you build your book. So we are always encouraging our guests to come back. Whatever you do, don't shave. Whatever you do, don't near. Like, my clients already know, and I'm sure like most wax specialist clients already know, shaving, naring, trimming, all of that stuff is a no-no. Don't handle it at all on your own. It's like you wouldn't if you had a hairstylist that you go to, you know, once every 2 weeks. You're not gonna be going home doing your own relaxer and trim and color and then coming back to your stylist and wanting her to fix it up. You're gonna just come to her. You ain't gonna do the work at home. So that's the same thing with getting a Brazilian or a wax or any type of body wax service. You do not do anything at home but exfoliate. Use your products to keep the ingrowns away, keep it clean, keep it fresh. That's all you do at home. When you come to the wax specialist, she does everything else. So you want to make sure that you're telling your guests that, so that when they do come, it makes your job a lot easier. So again, she was doing all of that, and she already knew that it wasn't going to be perfect, you know, the first one or the first time or the second time, maybe not even the third time. It takes a couple of days, it takes a little while, and she was 100% okay with it, because guess what, she doesn't like the pain anyway. So we finished it all up. When I tell y'all, ecstatic, y'all. She was like, oh my God, I finally did it. Because this time she actually made it through. Like the first time, like I told y'all, she kind of stopped in the middle of me doing it. So she still had like a lot, not a lot, but it was still hair left, visible hair left. This time it was little small hairs. It wasn't a lot of hair, but it wasn't like completely perfect. But again, like I just told y'all, it takes a few times before you see perfection anyway. And when I tell y'all, she just felt so accomplished and I was just so happy. She ended up actually buying more products and she went up to the front, she rebooked. I think she might have even bought a wax pass, y'all. Like she was just so happy with her service. So, you know, I go on about my day. She actually was my last client of the day. So I'm cleaning up and I always at the end of my days, like, you know, before it's time to clock, I always check my tips on my card because I just like to see if it's going to match up. You know what I mean? Like I know how many guests I seen. I know who normally tips. So I look at the app and see how many tips I got on a card so that when I get up to the front, if I don't have any cash tips or if I have a little bit of cash tips, I understand why. So I always check before I leave. Y'all, I checked and I seen that lady left me $100 tip. She was in my room all of 15 minutes, if even it was 15 minutes, if even 15 minutes, because she didn't even get the full Brazilian. She just got the front done. So I was so shocked. She got that, and then like I said, she also got more products. And y'all, like when I tell y'all I was shocked, that's the first time I've ever gotten that much tip in a 15-minute span. Like now I've waxed somebody, I've done like full body waxing where I've waxed somebody from like their head to their toe and they gave me like $120 tip, which, you know, that makes sense because it took me about like an hour and some change to wax them. So if you break that down to 15 minutes, you know, that makes sense. That would be like $20 every 15 minutes, which is what I said, that's kind of like what we get anyway, depending on how fast you wax. And so I've had a tip when I've done multiple services, but to be able to make $100 in 15 minutes, that was like, I was blown away by it. And y'all, I have the proof. I was like, people are not even going to believe me because I mean, y'all, I even have the proof. I don't know if y'all can see. I'm gonna actually put a picture of it on the screen as well, but if y'all can see, it says she got the underarm in the Brazilian, she got a fragrance-free body polish and a coconut oil, and the tip, y'all, why is it showing up like that? The tip, $100. Like I was just like, what? Like what? Like honestly, I was like, do I even deserve that? Like I don't even think I deserve that, y'all. And then I didn't even tell y'all, on top of that, she brought her sister. So like I told y'all, I did her the one time. She was happy. I always told y'all it's always important, even if you get somebody who is not a good tipper, it's always important to give them good service as well, because, you know, first off, people pay for their service. People deserve good service if they're paying for it. But second off, like just because they don't tip you good doesn't mean that they won't refer somebody to you who will tip you good. Refer you to somebody who will tip you good. So she sent her sister to me. She came to me. She tipped me $100. Her sister tipped, you know, the average, you know, $15 tip. But it was just still nice because I had made, it was still nice because I had, you know, made another client. So yeah, you guys, like I said, like I always say, this business, you can make a lot of money. And although that's not something that I can't honestly say that that's something that happens to me often, that was actually, you know, a little bit of a shocker. It just kind of just proves my point when I say, like, there's no amount of money, there's no cap to the amount of money that you can make as a wax specialist, whether you work for a company or whether you work for yourself. So don't let people tell you not to work for a company because you won't make no money and da 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 da. The money that you make is all dependent upon your personality and the person that you are. So yes, you can still make great money working for a company. You can make amazing money working for yourself. The bottom line is being a wax specialist is where it's at. Like, and if I can't, you know, convince you. I don't know who else can, because I have story for days on, you know, the amazing opportunities and the amazing opportunities and the amount of money that you can make as a wax specialist. So it's lit over here, y'all. I absolutely love it. And if you guys are interested, and if you want to know a little bit more about my journey as a wax specialist, go ahead and check out my page. I have so many videos on it, y'all. Y'all are probably sick of hearing about it. And also, if you are an aspiring waxer, please go ahead and check out my link. It will be in the description, and I have a link on my channel to my online wax course, Body Wax Academy, where I'm breaking down pretty much everything you need to know, you know, to become a wax specialist. So if you guys are interested in that, click on that link, y'all. I have worked so hard on this content for you guys, because I noticed that a lot of people who follow me, you have aspirations and dreams of being a wax specialist, and I really wanted to help you guys with that. So if you're interested in learning more about that, go ahead and click on the link below. Y'all, I'm gonna finish this makeup look kind of just sped up with some music. I'm loving the eyeshadow, y'all. I really want to start getting into doing more smoky eyeshadow looks, so I want to get a darker eyeshadow palette. It's okay, guys, so this is going to conclude my get ready with me. Just a different look, y'all. How y'all like this look? I wanted to go a little bit more dramatic on my eyes. I'm in an era, y'all, where I want to be a little bit more dramatic with my makeup looks. Like, I feel like I've been doing the same boring makeup looks for so many years, and I'm like, when I was younger, I used to have more fun. So I want to dibble and dabble into like smoky eyes and things like that. So how y'all like? Do y'all like? I feel like this is a nice fall holiday season look. Yeah, but if you guys enjoyed this chit chat get ready with me, please go ahead and comment. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like. Don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. And also, if you are an aspiring body waxer and you want to get into the field, I have a course that I talked about earlier, but I'm just going to bring it in again. I have a course where I am breaking it down from start to finish for people who are already in the field and they just want to brush up on some things, or someone who's never touched a wax stick or a piece of wax a day in their life. So go ahead and check out my video on So You Want to Be a Wax Specialist, and also hit the link. Check me out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, let me know. I'll do more like chit chat get ready with me's about my experience in a wax suite. Yeah, so until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.